everyone, welcome to Pioneer Advanced Hair Transplant Center. Today I would like to show something interesting case, something called hairline horror. Why I'm calling this hairline horror is most of the cases usually they comes to me for repair transplants. They would come this kind of a scenario where they do the hair transplant done somewhere on the forehead, extremely frontally placed forehead. I mean, the implant on the forehead. So these kind of cases, they will come and ask me, can you please repair my transplant? Can you please remove my this frontal place grafts? This is the commonest problem I would see in my practice. Most of the repair cases they would come with this. That's why I'm calling this is a hairline horror. And what happened? I'm going to show on the practical patient came with this kind of appearance, and we repaired it. Kindly watch the video until end to understand what are the consequences that you're going to face and what are the financial loss that you're going to face these kind of transplants, and even mental agony. So if you can watch this video until end, definitely you would take a proper decision about your transplantation. Well, when he walked into my office, he was totally depressed because the hairline looks so horrible, and he always using this cap, and he say it looks like a wig. Doctor, kindly please remove it. Initially, I thought of not repairing this, but the young man, aged around 24 years, someone has done transplant 22 years only, and I don't know. So he's so much depressed. Thought of repairing it, and if you can see, this hairline is totally spoiled kind of hairline. Someone done transplant doesn't know any ABCD of doing aesthetics. They did it, and this man is trying to shave it certain areas at least to look better. You can observe this some point somewhere. Someone has done bunches implantation. That's the scenario he presented to me when he walked into my office. So I suggested him, counseled him that we would definitely repair, but it would take multiple sessions. When we say multiple sessions, kindly remember he already spent money on first transplant. That is not only went failure, that we ended up in disastrous outcome. So now multiple sessions are required to remove these grafts. This is the most important point to be noted. All these multiple sessions, having said that, also you need to spend money for that. That's the another point. Why I'm saying this is no busy surgeon would do this kind of cases, because it is a kind of a time-taking procedure for any surgeon, and it's kind of a really neck-breaking pain repairing the transplant. Rather, they would do new cases. So, well, as a challenge, I wanted to really repair this case and wanted to make him a better look. So, we took this case to repair. Kindly watch the video to understand what are the scenarios that happen in the repair process. Well, we tried to remove as much as possible in one session, but we could able to harvest only 70-80% of the grafts in first session. Especially temple angle we removed, extremely frontal area as a removed, and I am sure you should also come back for second session, and even patient is ready for that. And I'm not expecting any best outcome within one correction, and we called him for second session after first correction. Well, after 6 months, we called him for second correction. Now, patient concern is a little different, that he wanted to V-shape a hairline. The last time we removed temple angle area and frontal area, but this time we need to maintain the V-shape hairline. We corrected, we removed a few more grafts this time. We retained this natural hairline. Now also, probably you would need one more session with fine grafts to be implanted in the frontal area to make it more natural. That means we did 2 times, and one more session I am planning it, and he's done one last session elsewhere. Total 4 sessions because of one mistake he did elsewhere. So be careful about such kind of transplants, because one mistake can lead to multiple sessions and multiple times financial loss for you. Well, this unwanted grafts has been removed. This is the second time I'm removing the grafts, Actually, this guy had a transplant bad experience in a different clinic long back. Actually, what they have done was implantation done in the wrong manner, kind of brought a straight hairline, and they placed the hairline in extremely frontal space. This is the most commonest mistake happens in most of the clinics. However, we try to explain to the patients, they would not understand. So kindly you should go with your surgeon choice about the hairline, because patient may be having a lot of options in their mind, but when it comes to the reality, you need to check with your surgeon and get it done. Otherwise, you end up like a removal like this. Unfortunately, this patient, we have a removal done in two phases. That means one transplant happened already, and two sessions we removed it. One transplant elsewhere happened, two times we removed it. Approximately three times now, almost three times it happened to charge him. One transplant went failure. For a correction purpose, we did two more times. Let me check with his own words. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಫ್ರಂಟಲ್ ಏರ್ಲೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏರ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅವಾಗ?
ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೇರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ 3 years ಬಿಫೋರು. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಲೈನು ಹೇರ್ ಲೈನು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್
ನಾವು ಏನಿಲ್ಲದ್ರೂ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದೀನಿ.
ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋವಾಗ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್, ಒಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರ ಅನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು 3 years ಇಂದ ಸಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಈಗ ಪೈನರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇದು ನನ್ಗೆ. ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಹಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಈ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೀಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವಿದಿನ್ 3-4 weeks ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್.
ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗೂ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಬೇಡಿ, ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ತರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆನೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಣ ಫೈನಲ್ ಔಟ್ಕಮ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. At least it will be very useful for other patients also. What are the main reasons these kind of cases we are getting more cases? The main reason is most of the times patients go by budget. That's the main reason I would say, because most of the patients would inquire and say they say transplant is expensive. Somewhere someone is doing less price. Kindly remember, there is no end for less price. Someone is doing less price, someone else doing less price, someone would do even lesser for that price. So there is no end for that. That is the reason they end up in kind of a budget transplant without knowing the quality. Quality cannot be explained over words, because that's kind of a work someone should know, expertise thing. Aesthetically they have to have some sense to understand the patient profile, because you don't get the same hairstyle the other guy is getting, because each person head is different, each person's face is different. So kindly do understand, this budget transplant, you always going to end up in a disastrous. That's the reason I'm telling you, this is a hairline horror only. So he spent 3 times, total 4 times for just sake of class 2 baldness is ridiculous. That means because one mistake he did it, that's been continuing to get it corrected. This many sessions he spent 4 times. That's the one thing I really wanted to bring to your notice. And number 2, and do not ever plan yourself that I want this temple angle, because do not compare the different other guys' hairline. Each person has a different hairline. Most of the celebrities, they may use hair patches. Kindly remember this point. You guys are thinking that these guys are doing transplants. May not be true. Even that celebrities hairstyle, hair patch would appear like that way, and you cannot bring the hairline like that in all the patients. So kindly do not misguide that way. And these are the 2 main reasons people are ending up in kind of this kind of disastrous outcomes. And kindly choose best clinic, best surgeon, have a discussion with him. Do not ever go by the budget. Rather, you don't do transplant, that will be good, because being bald is better than having a bad transplant. So kindly do think twice before getting for a budget transplants. Thanks for watching.